I'm in Manila, Philippines, and in this video, I'm going to just talk about my first impressions of coming to this beautiful country. So, Manila, Philippines. It is actually very weird. It's so sunny right now, and within few seconds it'll rain. And I thought all the rainy season is over, but even if you come around first or second week of November, right now, today is October 31st, and I literally thought the weather is actually pleasant. It's not going to rain, but you see the clouds. On one side it is sunny, and you see the rain forming clouds over there. I'm pretty sure it's going to rain so badly, but yes, what do you expect from Manila, Philippines? But honestly, I had a very different mindset. For someone who has traveled to countries like Malaysia, Thailand, I thought Manila will be somewhat similar, but you can pretty much get the whole culture shock here. And the reality is, Philippines is definitely one of the most. Hello, hello. Honestly, Philippines in general, it is actually very poor, and that is a reality. How much over you see the Google images, a lot of people traveling over here. The tourism, as of now, haven't really got that boom. So I wouldn't call Philippines a tourist country. Yes, there are a lot of islands over here. Philippines generally has more than 1,000 islands. Maybe there are luxurious resorts over there, but Manila, in a lot of areas that I have traveled, it's pretty much dirty, and you will see the harsh reality of people living on the streets, and still they are living happily. But on a tourist point of view, if you're coming to Manila, there are a lot of things that you got to actually keep in mind. Because as soon as I got on from the airport, I was talking to a friendly taxi driver, and there are a lot of areas in Manila like Malate, which is a proper neighborhood, and for nightlife you can go to Makati, which probably has one of the best nightclubs in the entire Philippines. And also a lot of clubs, bars never closes in Philippines, and that's where the problem starts. A lot of locals in Philippines are not educated, and they are unemployed. That is a reason why as a tourist you got to be very careful, because not just one, literally every person that I've met have told me to be careful with my belongings, because the theft is actually pretty much very high in Manila, and that is a shocking reality. Yes, people are friendly. I'm not going to generalize all the people into one category and call Manila as a very dangerous place, but still there are a lot of issues regarding the safety concerns, and as a tourist you got to be very careful. And yes, the reason why a lot of people do crimes is because of two things: unemployment and also drugs. Manila is not like Thailand where they legalize cannabis, but over here illegal drugs are booming in cities like Manila, and people are abusing it. Like if you go to Makati around late night, maybe around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, you will see people lying on the streets. And that is also a reality, and that is why a lot of crimes do happen in Manila. But if you want to know the general aspect, what do you expect from coming to a place like Manila? The food, obviously, it's kind of different when you compare to Thailand or Malaysia, where you can actually get a decent food even as a tourist. But over here, the food is actually different. And when I say different, I'm not talking about whether it's spicy or not. But if you're someone who's vegetarian or vegan, you're pretty much going to suffer in a place like Manila, because predominantly I see a lot of people eating nothing but meat. And when I say about meat, pork is so famous more than beef. And chicken, I don't think you can get chicken over here, but not that common. And also, what I noticed, I thought Manila is actually a Muslim dominated country, but the Christians, especially Roman Catholics, Protestants, they are the dominant religion in Manila. So you will see a lot of churches, biblical societies, Even in my hotel room, I found a Bible. So, yes, it's a Christian dominated region, and that is why they don't shy away from eating pork. But also, they have predominant Muslim population. Buddhism is also there, Judaism, and also Hinduism. A lot of Indians do live in Manila. They have a separate place for all the Indian population. And yes, speaking of Indians, a lot of Indian students do come here. Especially there's a place called Davao where they actually study medicine. There are a lot of good universities in Philippines. I'm not sure about how good the healthcare system is, but yes, there are a lot of medical universities, and I have seen a lot of students do study over here. But speaking of how Manila is all about, as a someone from a country like India, like I'm a foreigner, people like you watching this video, you might also be wondering what Manila feels like. The reality is, Manila is actually very poor, and you'll see the people on the road, people begging for the money, a lot of kids scamming you over. But if you're going to be yet another tourist who's just going to visit all the major tourist spots, go to some big malls. Yeah, Manila has one of the largest malls in the entire world, SM Mall of Asia, which I will do maybe tomorrow. But yes, there are a lot of touristy spots like Makati or the malls I'm talking about. You can pretty much be sorted. But if you really want to know the reality of Manila, because that's a one thing you got to know before you come here, it is actually not that safe for tourists, but doesn't mean that you can't survive. But at the same time, the reality is Manila is actually a very poor country. A lot of people are on the streets. You will see them on the streets, and it's all about survival. And these are my first impressions of coming to Manila, and that's what I actually experience here. I haven't really explored all the parts of Manila, but if you know, but on a shallow level, the first perspective is that Manila is not Thailand or Malaysia or Singapore. Manila is Manila, and for someone who has come from a third world country like India, I can actually resonate with it. The people, the culture, the food, everything got to do with the reality of Manila. And yes, also, in spite of having a lot of issues, the people I have met in Manila are super friendly. That is also one more thing I got to notice over here. So these are all just my first impressions of traveling to Manila. There are a lot of areas to explore. As of now, these are just my first impressions. What are your thoughts? If you have been to Manila before, let me know what you felt. Maybe be it a good thing or bad thing. Also, what was the experience when you traveled to a country like Philippines? This is a culture shock to me. If you like this video, please like it. And what are your thoughts? Please do share about it. And if you feel channel subscribe worthy, please do subscribe. Thank you.